Hey students, this is exercise 5C. We're going to create and apply styles. We're also going to package. We've done that before, but this is just sort of to get the rhythm going so that you remember and you don't have questions if you do it a couple times. So go ahead and open the file you worked on before, which is called last name underscore 5A. And we're going to open that up. You placed images in before. And if you notice, we did change those images, and you might notice there's these little yield like sign symbols above each of the image. We'll talk about that in a moment. But go ahead and open up that file in 5A, and I want you to save it, file, save it as 5B. Okay. And then save that somewhere that you'll remember, because you're going to want to upload that to JetNet 2 at the end of this. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the links panel. Go to Window Links. And you will observe each and every image that you already placed in. You can kind of ignore the Lime images. They should be placed in. So if you still need to place one in, and I do, I only placed in one. I'm probably going to place in another one. So file place, you can do so. Most of you already have yours placed in. Place in my second line. Just place it in anywhere. I'll place it here. I like to place it right on the text. And that's way big, so I'm going to scale it. Hold down Shift, Control, make it small. And then, of course, I do want it to have a text wrap. We worked on that in one of the last ones, so I'm going to open my text wrap panel. And it doesn't have a clipping path either, so I'm going to do Object, Clipping Path Options, and then detect edges, say OK, and then add a little something around it. There we go. Okay, so if I hit my W, it's another nice little trusty tool, and zoom in, you can kind of see that we can still pretty much read if this was text. We can read around that vector graphic. So hit my W again. That put me into presentation mode. All right. So the next thing we want to do is we want to open that links panel again, Window, Links. And you want to take a look at the links and notice that they've been updated. You can tell that by just this little modified sort of a yield symbol that's next to it. And so you want to make sure that you know how to update those links. So InDesign has recognized that these links have changed, so that's a great thing. It never used to be the case. So just go ahead and double click to update. Double click to update. Now if one doesn't update, it might mean that you moved it as well. So then you have to go down here and then you'd want to relink. And in order to do that, you kind of navigate out to where you saved it. So if you move a file, InDesign is going to pretty much notify you that that file is no longer in a spot. It needs to find where these files are and keep them all together, because it's like a suitcase. It's like you're traveling with everything together in one package. It's very, very critical that you learn to keep all your stuff kind of within the same folder. You don't want to be working at a big agency on a team and then not having images when they need it, and then you're gone. That could mean, you know, hire or fire. So just be careful with that. So I'll double click, update, double click to update. So now it shows a link, meaning that it is correctly linked. And if you notice, take a little look down here. Now our color space shows CMYK, the size, the actual resolution, the dimension. It shows everything you need to know here, the format, where it's located. So these are really, really great things that InDesign can tell us right from the document. Okay. The next thing we're going to need to do is open the character and paragraph style panels. I'm going to close my text wrap for now. I'm going to go to Window Styles, and I'm going to open up Character, and Paragraph kind of comes along with it, which is nice. We worked on this earlier too. And what we're going to do now is we're going to highlight the top line for the first paragraph. We did this before. I'm going to zoom in again, Control plus, Control minus, Command plus, Command minus on the Mac. I'm going to highlight that word there. All right. And what I might do is enlarge this. There we go. I enlarged it. And then I'm going to change its color just like I did in that previous exercise, but I'm doing this again. So I'm going to find my swatches panel, maybe make it green to match the background. Not really the same green, but that's okay. So I highlight this, and we're going to want to create a subhead title out of the Greek placeholder text. So the subhead title. If we stay on character, character styles is basically a word, or it can be a subhead. It is not a paragraph style. So paragraph style would be any kind of styles that you're trying to create from the body copy of something. But for character style, for titles, subtitles, that's all we need. Subheads, we just need to highlight a line. So I've done that. Now I'm going to create a new character style out of that. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to format my body copy, which I've already did when I placed the copy in. But if you haven't already, you want to go, you can start here and just go throughout your whole document if you want. One easier way to do it is do a Control A to select all, hold down Shift, and deselect that top line. Control or Command A. Okay, and then you've got all of the text in the whole document selected. All right, the next thing you're going to want to do is then go to that paragraph style panel, create a new paragraph, create a new style. Okay, and so those two things are important to have, because now if I'm creating a long document and on page 50, I want the same copy that I have in this body copy, I can go to page 50, create a text box, and then just highlight the copy and click on this, and that paragraph style will then reflect there. You can double click on the paragraph style, go to basic character formats, and you notice that it's captured everything. Myriad Pro regular 12 point, I changed it to that earlier. And then same with the character. Double click, basic character formats. It's captured the bold, the 15 point, because I've enlarged it. Okay, so you've got your one character style and your one paragraph style. You can have multiple, and in future courses, if you move on to the InDesign course, you will actually be able to explore that part. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to do is save your document. File, Save As. Again, this is 5B. You want to save it somewhere that you'll remember. You can, I already did 5B, so I replaced it. You won't have one that exists. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to package like we did before. File, Package. And now you will notice that 6 links are found, 0 are modified because we updated them, 0 are missing, and then you'll notice 2 of those links use RGB color space. Now that would be a problem, And those two links that it's pointing out are vector links, and I didn't want you to do anything about it, but you would probably have to rebuild those Lime photos as CMYK color as opposed to RGB. And we have not done that, but just so you note that InDesign is alerting us that those files are not CMYK, which is okay for right now. But if you were sending it to the printer, you might have to go in and rebuild those as CMYK color documents. Okay, there's 4 process inks, 0 spot inks, and again, we're going to go ahead and just hit package, walk ourselves through this. This is how you might create this for your printer. Save it somewhere. Again, it will pick up the name of the file and create a folder. Hit package. It's warning us about fonts, not to steal, pass along, copy fonts that are not yours, that you didn't pay for. System fonts you paid for. So warning is talking about transparency blend, doesn't match the destination color space. For this, I'm going to just have you select OK, and then package document. Okay, so one of the things you'll want to note, I'm going to find that folder in the mess of my desktop here. Okay, and that is last name 5B folder. So you'll notice that we have document fonts. We've used Myriad, and there's another font in there. Also, last name _ 5B IDML, InDesign markup language. This is the file that you'll want to give someone with a lower version of InDesign if they are working from that. It's a lot more rare lately, but because we're kind of forced to pay for the latest subscription. But IDML helps with compatibility issues with different systems and old software. Okay, INDD is your native file. PDF, open that up. Now we did not save the PDF as spreads. So if I look, it's not coming out as spreads. You would have to go into your PDF and save it that way. This has come out as single pages. And then links, we're going to focus more on the PDF and Acrobat in the next module. Links are all there. We've got our lemon and our lime links. And that is all set to go to the printer. So I'd like for you to compress that, which would be File, Compress, and then upload to the submission link in JetNet. And I will see you in the next video.